Okay, more in Milan. We've got Sean Cassar.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Welcome to Milan.
Thank
you very much for your time, the interview. You just had your screening, right?
Yeah, it was great. Really enjoyed it, although I hate to see myself on screen most of the time.
Well, you know, it's the crosses we bear, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So, developing destinations.
Yes.
For anybody that hasn't seen it, obviously in the screenings, and obviously we're waiting to see it in distribution.
Sure.
It's a glimpse from the eye of the philanthropist into third world countries or countries with challenges, environmental challenges,
some
living
sort of
economies.
world issue or poverty issue or natural disasters and things like this.
Right, and you're trying to encourage the philanthropists to get involved and be the catalyst for change.
Well, it was created as a travel show, and it's meant to be one every week. So we put together a feature length for the festivals and things like that, which is getting some recognition. But the idea is to encourage people to sort of look more in depth at what's going on in the world, rather than focusing on travel shows, focus on food or luxury lifestyles. This is a different style where we can kind of travel into untouched worlds that people don't really know about, and encourage them to help the people that have been affected. You know. Yeah.
So I mean, an example would be I know a philanthropist going into Sierra Leone, for example.
Exactly, something like this. And it's usually time-sensitive issues as well, so things that pop up, you can't really prepare for them. Earthquake, for example, such as Nepal, where we focused on in this episode. You would you go into the countries, and this particular one we went in, and the day we landed we were hit by a 7.3 magnitude earthquake, which took down a lot of buildings, and and during the time that we're there, we try to focus on building the tourism, so the viewers that watch it are sort of encouraged to go back to Nepal, or the country that we're focusing on. They're encouraged to provide donations and get inspired and really kind of understand what's happening in these countries, because the news touches on like a small aspect of the topic. You only see so much, but it's very one-sided, and we really want people to be inspired by the courageousness of these people, and I don't know, I think when it's in the news, it's all bad. People are encouraged.
All hyped.
It's all, hyped, and people kind of, it makes them feel bad. But with the people in the countries like this, they're usually inspiring, and it makes you motivated to help. And many people that have watched the film, for example, they say that now I want to go and do this, and they want to be the leaders and people that are going to put things together, which is the goal.
There's some tremendous charity partners out there like UNICEF and that obviously go in and they create the wells.
Exactly.
They support the some of the third world countries, the economy scale. They bring food, they bring resources, they bring surplus. Obviously, on a catalyst for change level, there's a tremendous amount of organisations trying to do that, but to take it from the philanthropy perspective is quite unique and quite maverick in its approach. So, I mean, I should imagine it'd be an incredible watch from a series perspective. I mean, the one-off, obviously, I got a glimpse, I got a flavour. Unfortunately, I don't get to see everything, but I get a taste of everything.
Get the idea.
Yeah, and no, I like it. I like the idea. I think it's got legs, and it should be picked up.
And I think I'd like to say on the UNICEF side, and these big companies that are doing a lot of good for these charities and that are doing a lot of good for these countries. I mean, they're all doing great, but not a lot of people get to see what they're doing, and it's what the work that goes into it. If you go and you join a charity and you put your $10 a month into something, where is it going? What does it do? What do the people do on the ground?
Absolutely.
And you can sort of get a gauge of what is happening. So I think it's really good for the audience to understand where their money is going.
For sure.
And the tagline is where do your donations go? Have you ever wondered where your donations go?
There's more than a few bogus charities out there, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Everybody starts out with a great ideal of trying to do good, and then I think the business opportunity kicks in for a lot of these companies, and they realise that they've got to accumulate this money in a certain way, and they've got to it's got to be factored in a certain way, and of course
it's hard
when
to
you
determine.
get the fund managers taking huge amounts off the top, just with having this money go through their hands, and it's wrong.
Yeah, first class tickets everywhere.
Yeah, it's also the structure that they work to as well, unfortunately. So it's
And we're also planning to set up a charity behind the TV show once it's launched, and that way, when people donate money to the charity that's formed around the show, they can actually see where the money is going. So you can donate and you go, okay, well, this is where it's going. We have a certain budget we've collected, and we put it forward towards building these houses, building this well, delivering the supplies, and they can really see where it's gone, which nobody's ever provided before.
No, and again, the only one that I've ever accurately followed. I mean, there's other groups out there. There are other groups out there, but UNICEF just do a fantastic job. So if we can, I mean, I would love to do something with UNICEF. You want to give back to society.
Yes.
You know, that's your charity partner. You know, that's your focus. And of course, if an organisation like that is interested in collaborating with you, obviously on the
definitely love to discuss it. Yeah, sure.
That's the door to take, right? That's the door to take.
I think I would definitely love to collaborate with a company like UNICEF.
Yeah.
It's hard to, I feel, decide how to go down that route, because if you start going down that route, then it's sort of publicity for.
That's why I'm saying I mean,
exactly.
Look, you can have these collaboration conversations and whatnot, but I know in the best case scenario, you want the philanthropists to come to the table. I think I've almost found my Achilles heel actually with words there. But
tongue twisters for a day.
But you want these people to come to the table and say, Sean, you're the catalyst for change here. We want to get involved in what you're doing.
Exactly.
And you know, we want to ride side saddle with you, and we want to obviously physically get involved in the execution.
And I want to big or small philanthropists, even if you're just a regular person. I think there's a market for philanthropical tourism.
Yep.
So even if you have no money, but you just want to take a holiday, instead of taking it to the Bahamas for the weekend, you can do a trip where you can build houses for people that have been affected by things like this earthquake. Yeah. And you don't need a lot of money to do this. You know, they need people over there, and there's teams that can organize that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So. Well, if there are groups out there that want to get involved with Sean, this is the man to talk to. And he's here for the WICA Milan, but obviously there'll be other festivals as well. Speaking of which, let's have a bit about you. What's your background?
About me? Well, I was born in Europe and I grew up in Australia.
Yeah.
And then I studied acting, actually. So I came from an acting background, and I started getting into filmmaking just because I had the concept to help people, and I kind of thought there's different ways that it could be done, and I was really kind of trying to decide how I could stay in my career of film. Sure. And that's also why I hosted the show myself, because it's a new concept and not a lot of people could really wrap their heads around it. So I kind of just had to go out and do it and sort of show people. And it was only meant to be a sample, but because of the earthquake and things at the time, we had enough footage and enough things going on to make an actual pilot for the show and then a featured length for the film. But no, I come from an acting background, and I think because of this, I have storytelling abilities, which is able for me to continue the flow and know where the peaks and the climaxes are, and where to slow down and speed up the film. And then putting a good team behind you of people that know a lot about the cameras, and I've learned a lot along the way with things like this. Sure. But having a good team and knowing how to tell a story, I think, is the main things that have helped me. So
absolutely, no, I totally agree. I mean, from your journey's perspective, I mean, you've learned a tremendous amount along the way, I'm sure.
Yeah, how to survive an earthquake.
Yes, exactly. No special effects there.
Yeah, no.
All real. But well, obviously from the festival's perspective, obviously, thank you very much for coming. And by all means, get the most you can out of your week. You know, you're going to meet a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds. By all means, share notes, share experiences. You never know, you might meet somebody that'll be on your crew next year, somebody that you can work with for the next journey, you know.
And if anyone wants to be a part of the crew, they can obviously contact me. I mean, we're more than happy to have people that are ambitious about the same direction that we're going. So
for sure,
it'll be great.
For sure, absolutely. Sean,
thank you very much. I appreciate your time.